Will not work again. Oh,
Yes.
yay!
Yay, it worked.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Can you all see us? Hopefully so. Finally got it working. So I think we finally figured it out. So I had to do it within Chrome, the browser, and that's why we had a 15-minute delay there. So thank you for the people who are on. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
I think we're live. Awesome.
Uh-huh.
So we figured out the problem, which is that we were not doing it within Chrome browser. So figured it out. Thank you guys so much for hanging on. Hello, Regina, and hello, Mrs. C. I see you guys out there. So thank you for bearing with us on this very initial pilot of our live stream. Oh, hi, Erin. How are you? Good to see you as well. And RG, I see you as well. Hi from Sacramento. Hello, Leanne. How are you? Wow, awesome. We have so many people on. Awesome. So let's kick this off. We were only intending to do about a 20-minute live stream today, and so we're going to try to make it a little bit shorter just to try this out. So I just to give you a little bit of background on this live stream, essentially, hi, Claudia, nice to see you. So just to give you guys a little quick background about the live stream. Essentially, I've been getting so many great questions from you guys about San Francisco, and a lot of the questions are things where we have to go into some length and detail about the answer. And so I figured this live stream is a really, really good way for you to get those questions out there and we can get them answered. What I'm going to try to do is, because we're only piloting this to see how successful it's going to be, we'll do it once a month until we get into January. And then after that, if it's something that you guys like, we'll try to do it a little bit more frequently, maybe twice a month. And I did also want to introduce my friend Puya, my assistant for today.
Yes, hello, I'm Puya, everyone. Yes.
Yeah, and you'll remember Puya from our Brenda's Soul Food video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was glad to be in that video. We had so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So, anyways, somebody to help out, and Puya will be helping out with the comments.
Yes.
So he's going to be happy to read out the comments and then.
Okay. So
the
first comments from MSC. How can one live off of $102,000 in San Francisco? And it has the second part in the question. Yeah. Is that poverty in San Francisco? So what do you think?
So technically, it is called poverty. But I think a lot of people do it because just like New York, people get a ton of roommates. So you live with 3-4 roommates sometimes, and you figure out how to make that work.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I live with way under that, and I have a great life in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So much fun, so many free opportunities to explore and have a good time.
Yeah.
The J Go have asked, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a full-time YouTuber. Part-time mom. So I actually have a family here. So give a bit about my background. I used to be in tech. I worked in tech for a very, very long time, mainly in hardware at a lot of the big names you might have heard of. I worked at Apple, at HP, at Samsung, and probably about like 3 years ago when I kicked off this YouTube career, I decided I was done with the corporate world and I wanted to do something where I had my own hours and flexibility, and I've been so enjoying it ever since. And the best part is interacting with you guys. Like, I love it when people come up to me and say, hey, aren't you Zeene from YouTube? And I'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, oh my God, I love your suggestions. I love going to this place, checking it out.
Yeah, wonderful. Fun. So some people are going to the Brenda's on Wednesday. Jennifer's going on Brenda's. And
that's awesome. That's Puya's favorite place, right? Brenda's?
Yes. I love Brenda's Spring Soul Food, especially the biscuit with strawberry jam. Yes, there is no question at the moment, except the Carmen Chen, who asked the favorite San Francisco dessert place.
Oh my
What do you think about your favorite San Francisco dessert place?
I have to go with tartine. I know that's kind of like a pretty typical answer for most San Franciscans, but yeah, I'm sorry, that's kind of the gold standard for dessert around here. Yeah. Yes. How about you guys? Anyone from San Francisco? Oh, Erin loves mochi. There's some really great mochi places as well. Ben Kyoto, awesome for mochi.
So someone else named RG have asked, are you born and raised in San Francisco?
Okay. So I was not born in San Francisco, but I grew up here. So my history, I actually grew up in Toronto. East Coasters out there? Grew up in Toronto. And so then I moved out actually to Silicon Valley when I was in high school. Moved away to college in Los Angeles, probably for about, and after for about 10 years, and then moved back to Bay Area in 97. So I've been here for a while. And how about you, Puyo? You've been here for
I have
years,
been here
right?
for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yes, I have been in San Francisco for 4 years. I love it. I want to live in the area for the rest of my life. It's beautiful. And I was born and raised in Iran anyway.
Yeah.
The other viewer have asked, I'm staying in a hotel near Union Square. Is it walkable from there to Chinatown?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, Regina have asked that.
Yeah, so Regina, I actually just put out a video about Chinatown walking tour. So the starting point of that walking tour is the Dragon's Gate, which is located right north of Chinatown. So absolutely walkable within Union Square.
Yes. Jennifer's asked, what's your favorite farmer's market?
Oh, gosh.
So many farmers markets.
Well, okay, again, this is probably a pretty standard answer, but I do like the Ferry Building one just because it's the biggest one out there. But there's, I think there's a bunch that people really love. Like,
yes, so many of them. I love the Alameda Farmers Market.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that one.
It's a very good deal, a lot of fresh produce. But I know so many famous chefs in San Francisco. They love to shop at the one in Ferry Building.
Yeah.
And Leanne have asked you the favorite game day hangouts. Kid friendly. What do you suggest?
Oh, game day hangout. You mean around the ballpark? So Leanne, if you can clarify if you're talking about around like the, what's it called now, Oracle ballpark, no longer AT&T ballpark, right?
Yes.
So if you're talking about around there. I have to think about it like for kid friendliness, because a lot of them are more like drinking establishments and things like that. So I'll think about it, and I'll kind of get back to you if that's kind of what you're thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay Go have asked, can you do a review on a different type of boat tours for around the bay?
Yeah, sure. And just to kind of give you a preview, there's a lot of different ways you can go. There's the, the Blue and Gold Fleet that just, all they do is they just kind of cruise around, and it's pretty inexpensive. Ferry, awesome way to go. Take any of the ferries. You don't actually have to get off, just, tour around the bay, the whole bay. And then also, there's plenty of private sailboats that you can charter to do a whole day cruise out on the bay. So there are a lot of really good options.
Yes, some people have said that they love your cooking videos.
Oh,
and Jago have asked, can you, I'm sorry.
Do I speak Cantonese or Mandarin?
Yes,
I speak Mandarin.
Cantonese or Mandarin.
I speak Mandarin.
Yes. RG's asked what...
Mediocre Mandarin, I do.
Yes.
I wish I knew Cantonese, and so that's probably on my bucket list of things that I want to learn.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Where is your next vacation destination this year?
Oh.
RG have asked that question.
Okay, so we are planning something next year for the East Coast. But if you guys have recommendations for day trips, I'm totally happy to do it. I'm about to release a video this week, which was a recommendation from a viewer, Wei Chang, who wanted to check out Tahoe in the summer. So look out for that this week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday that'll be released.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you thought about being a walking tour guide in San Francisco? And C have asked that.
Yeah. So Claudia, I thought about it for a while, but what I realized is that when you're doing walking tours, you're kind of limited to the people that are there at that point in time. And I figured the best use of my time is to make these walking tour videos. And then that way anyone can enjoy it at any time. So that's sort of what I'm going to focus on for now. I do have in the works an idea. If any of you, are interested, let me know, and I'll pursue it more, of actually producing a a portable video walking guide. We'd have to kind of find a format, whether it's a podcast or something that you guys can download and then have something, have me in your pocket to go with you when you do your walking tours. But yeah,
yes.
what we've been thinking about so far.
Yes. Regina asked you, I live in Houston, but you used to live in New York. I knew it's very hilly.
Yes.
It is practical to use the train and to from Union Square to other sites like Fisherman's Wharf.
Oh, yeah.
Ferry terminal, question mark.
Absolutely.
Yes. Very
yeah,
good.
absolutely. And actually, that's a very popular tourist route. So the cable cars actually go on. So, you know, you can do 2 in 1, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and take the cable cars up to Fisherman's Wharf. Ferry building is actually, I would say, walkable from Union Square. Absolutely. Yeah.
So at the moment, we do not have any other question,
right, cool.
but yes, there are a lot of comments, and I'm sorry that
Awesome.
I'm not able to read all of them.
Okay, well, we actually did also prepare a couple of things for you guys, and feel free to pitch in, those of you who live in San Francisco or used to live in San Francisco. So the other thing we wanted to talk about today were things that locals wanted out-of-town visitors to know about San Francisco. So these are just helpful hints for getting around when you come in town. Oh, great. Thank you, Regina. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, this one is something that I think bothers most locals, which is how you refer to, yes, thank you, Claudia, don't call it San Fran. Okay, there's 2 ways to refer to San Francisco. If you're not gonna say San Francisco, which I know is rather long, you could call it SF, kind of like Los Angeles, you call it LA, or you could call it the city. But do not call it San Fran, and please do not call it Frisco. Those are kind of like, those 2 are like nails on a chalkboard to locals. So if you say it to them, they'll really cringe on the inside.
That's a big no-no. Yes. Yeah. Jennifer have asked, does she ever go to the heart of the city farmers markets?
Oh, no, I have not been there. So I'll put that on my list to try that out. Is that your favorite, Jennifer? I hope so. So I'll check it out for sure. Yeah. So the other thing that we don't call it here is we don't call it NorCal. I know people have referenced it as NorCal, but NorCal, I think for me, is more of a Southern California term. So down in Southern California, they call it SoCal, and so inversely, they call it NorCal. But I don't think anybody up here really refers to this area as NorCal at all. So that as well. Oh, great. Jennifer, I will come and find you at the farmer's market. For Miramonte, I'll look for Miramonte Farms when I go to the heart of the city farmer's market. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people have a NorCal hoodie. LOL.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that might have been produced in Southern California. Okay, so the other thing we don't reference San Francisco as Silicon Valley. So Silicon Valley is most definitely defined as that broader San Jose area, which does not extend up into San Francisco.
Yes.
And for those in the Bay Area, you'll know that there's also a little bit of a San Francisco, San Jose snobbery rivalry thing going on. So it's a big no-no.
It's around. Yes, it's going on. Yes, you have another question from
yes.
Regina. I lives your blood about ice cream and your favorite, that Filipino dessert.
Yes.
Have you been to the Philippines?
I have been to the Philippines, and halo halo is my favorite dessert from the Philippines. And for those who have not been, I would say that the Philippines is probably my most favorite underrated tropical island vacation. So look it up. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. We have the comments, but we do not have any questions at the moment.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yes.
Jennifer, I'm looking forward to seeing you too. Okay. Oh, special on the East Bay. Yes, I can absolutely try the East Bay. And if you want specifically ice cream, we'll do a broader Bay Area ice cream, I think. So I'll put that on the list. Thank you very much for the suggestion.
So many cool places.
All right. So one other things locals would like tourists, visitors to know is to not block the streets for picture taking. So I know that the views in San Francisco are fantastic, and my breath is taken away every time I get to the top of a hill and I look down and I look over, and there's this terrific scenery over the water views, which is on like 3 sides of the city pretty much. And as a tourist, it's super tempting to walk out into the middle of the street to take pictures. But it always happens where, you know, traffic is trying to drive through, and it's very dangerous. You could get hit. You don't want to ruin your vacation by getting hit by a car. So, and Puy, I mean, you've had some private kind of experiences with this too. Because
I mean, it's happening. Yes, sometimes the tourists just love to take the shot of those beautiful hills, and they just jump in the middle of the streets.
Yeah.
Yes, I do Lyft and Uber, so
he's driving right now.
And I do not want to use my horn because I do not want to scare them away, or I want them to have a great time. I want to be hospitable, but it's scary because I don't want to hit any tourists. So you have a couple more questions.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes,
answer some
I
more
should
questions.
go higher. Yes, the Lian. Yes, driving is not ideal. My larger family is stuck on renting a vehicle.
Okay.
Yes. Any parking recommendations? The best time of a day on Pier 39 and Chinatown. What do you think?
All right. So if you're going to rent a vehicle, I provided some recommendations for a couple of places up in the marina area that will allow you to park your vehicle for free in their car park. So I would recommend that in terms of lodgings. And then driving around, take a look at Spot Hero. So that's an application that'll allow you to find cheaper parking. So it's in regular parking spots, but what they do is because you go onto Spot Hero, you get a discount. So that's a really good way to do budget travel with your car. Good times to go to Fisherman's Wharf. If you want to find parking, try to get there. So if you do Spot Hero, it's great because you can reserve that spot in advance and you don't have to worry about trying to make it there before all the parking goes.
Yeah.
But if you don't go through Spot Hero, you can try to go probably before like 9:30 is probably a good time when people have not yet woken up and gotten down there.
I think that's wonderful. That's a great time to go.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your favorite drink at the Tonga Room?
Oh, at the Tonga Room?
Yes.
Well, okay. So the Tonga Room, I kind of feel like the drinks were only okay. So I think it was like the hurricane that we had there that was actually pretty decent. But I wouldn't really say go to the Tonga Room for drinks. The Tonga Room is fantastic for ambience. You go there to kind of enjoy the show, to enjoy the rain falling, to enjoy the live music.
Beautiful presentation. Yeah.
The ambiance. So yeah, that would sort of be my recommendation. I think anything you get there is going to be probably about the same.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
Some people are curious to know: did you do your ice cream videos over 2 days, or did you try all the ice creams spots in 1 day?
Oh gosh. Okay, so for all of my food videos, I actually have to stretch it out into a couple of days. So you're seeing a little bit of the magic behind the video here. So yes, there's no way that I'm going to be able to hit all of them in 1 day. So I do try to plan everything, try to make it all geographically make sense. And then I do try to spend a lot of time sitting there, taking a lot of great shots for you guys, talking to the owners, figuring out best flavors. If I had to squeeze everything into 1 day, I wouldn't be able to get into that level of detail.
How long does it take for you to produce one video? Someone else asked that question, but you already answered portion of a question.
Yeah.
And we plan to have a dinner in a nice restaurant before my conference, in a restaurant around Union Square. Any recommendations?
Oh gosh, you probably have some good recommendations too. But
yeah, good places around. So many beautiful lounges. Definitely check out the 46th floor of the Hilton Hotel called the Cityscape. Lovely views. Yeah,
and Samovar Tea House I thought is really, really good. That's somewhat semi-casual, and you can sit outside, and that is right in Yerba Buena Garden. So I would recommend that one. That one's pretty good. A lot of people like Roy's. Roy's is a Hawaiian place, and it's all over the place right now, but it's a good kind of like middle upscale. And if you want to go upscale, Nathan, Puya's boyfriend, really loves Murad, which is also fantastic.
Yes.
So I would recommend that too. And that's like Mediterranean fare.
Yes, it's a Mediterranean food.
So hopefully there's a couple of restaurants there that you can kind of check out.
Yes.
Yeah. And then somebody was asking about video production.
Yes,
so it takes me 2 to 3 weeks to produce each one of the videos. So I spend a week researching and writing out a script. So the script is just kind of an outline for me so that I know exactly where I need to go and I can make really efficient use of my time. And then it takes me anywhere from between 2 and 3 days to do the filming, and then about a week to do the actual post-production.
Yes. Andrea's asking, how much time should I plan for a leisurely visit to Muir Woods? I still have difficulty reading that place.
It's okay.
Yes,
yeah.
Muir Woods.
Muir Woods.
I mean, what is it exactly?
Muir.
Yes, Muir Woods. Yes.
Muir Woods. Muir Woods. Okay,
Cool.
so for Muir Woods, I think it really depends on how extensively you want to explore the woods. So some people are avid hikers. If you're an avid hiker, spend the whole day there. There are fantastic trails to go all over. Actually, somebody recommended to me when I was there that there's a fantastic trail that is about a 8-hour trail that will take you all the way across the mountain and down to Stinson Beach. So that's a really good trail that takes all day. But if you're just there really to walk on the boardwalk and check out the trees, you could spend an hour there and like get a gist for what Muir is about, I think. So an hour to a full day, depending on what your hiking abilities are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jennifer's asking you if you live in San Francisco.
I do not. I used to live in San Francisco up in the marina, and I recently, well, not recently, but I moved down to the peninsula when I started a family because, well, it was kind of difficult. Anybody who lives in San Francisco knows about the whole school system thing there. So that was a little bit difficult.
Yes. Regina says that we plan to have a dinner in a nice restaurant before my conference in a restaurant around Union Square. Any recommendations? We answered that question. I'm sorry that I read that again.
Okay.
Do you have a Patreon account that we can contribute to?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet. I do not for now. I'll look into it. But thank you. Thank you for thinking of me for that.
Rashid's asking that I love your videos. What are some of the more affordable up and coming areas to live in the Bay Area?
Oh yeah. So we can talk. We'll do that's so broad. So we will start maybe with a city. Up and coming areas in the city. I think China Basin, right? Is a fairly good up and coming area.
Yes.
Yeah. Where Puya is, you're kind of it's the lower Tenderloin Nob Hill area. A lot of people like that right now.
Yes, and I was in an open house yesterday. Nopa, which north of Panhandle. That's an up and coming.
Nopa is very up and coming.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some areas of Western Addition I think that are also up and coming as well. So these are all places I can think of within San Francisco that are kind of a little under discovered, but are like, I'm going to use this word because it's totally loaded, and San Franciscans are going to hate me for saying this, but they're kind of starting to gentrify. So yeah, so they're building a lot in that area, and there's a lot of like good housing there. In the broader Bay Area, gosh, what would you say? I think a lot of the broader Bay Area is kind of done. So a lot of people are looking a little bit more towards like East Bay. There's a lot of housing in East Bay. Parts of, I think, Oakland, they're starting to build out into Oakland as well. So yeah. Yeah. Hayward. I would look at Hayward.
Erica's curious to know, what are your favorite food dishes and least favorites?
Oh gosh. Okay. So most of you who watch a lot of my food videos will know that I am a polo pescatarian. So I'm not that big into the meat. So least favorite is probably like steaks and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of. I will eat it. So I don't, it's, for me, it's mainly taste. And so if I have to, I'll eat it. What do I love the most? I actually am a big salad fanatic. So I like anything that is like salad or greens oriented.
Yes. I'm just curious to
ask you. How about you, Puya?
Well, I mean,
what's your favorite?
Well, to me, it depends on the mood.
Yeah.
So it changed every season, every day, every week. I'm not the biggest fan of meat too, but
Yeah.
I mean, I love all foods. I love
Yeah.
different food from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
I'm curious to ask you this question.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
ever make a video from a steakhouse?
I would. I actually would.
Yes.
I would. I actually had had a couple of people, Gabo, who comes to us from Denver, has actually suggested looking at Brazilian steakhouses, which I actually think would be a good video. I would love to do one on buffets because we have so many great buffets here in the Bay Area. Like Korean buffets, we have that Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah.
There's so many awesome kind of like ethnically based buffets around here that I would love to do just like a food tour of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
RG's curious, what YouTubers do you follow?
What YouTubers? Oh, I follow a lot. So so kind of a longtime favorite of mine, I like Martina and Simon, which they do a blog out of Japan. And recently I've been following this kid, Luke Korn. Really hilarious guy. He's living in Europe right now, and he does these fantastic vlogs just about travel. Yeah. Do you have any favorites?
Do I have any favorites? I watch so many YouTube channels, and at the moment, because it is my first experience being live in front of a YouTube, so I mean, I'm like, nothing's in my brain.
It's all good. All right. So we'll take one more because we're getting on like 25 minutes now, but this was an awesome experience, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us interact with you, and we'll probably try it again next month since we were able to get a lot of great subscribers chatting with us.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So James Kim is asking, I thought I saw a dog in one of your videos. Could you do a video on best places for taking your dog in the city, best of pet owners in SF? That's a great question.
Yeah. Thank you for the suggestion, James. Will do. I have a dog. Yes, absolutely right. Her name's Sammy. So we'll take her around to some of the places. Yeah. All right. So that was it. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And we'll do this again next month. And until the next time, check out my other videos. I have a couple of Tahoe ones coming up this next week in the Golden Gate Park series as well.
Golden Gate Park series, yes. I love that series.
Kuya also loves.
Yes,
and we're going to actually cover one of
Kuya's
Kuya's favorites. Yeah, which is the Young
Museum.
Museum.
And if you like Muir Woods, there's also beautiful redwoods in Golden Gate Park as well.
Yeah, awesome. All right, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
See you later. Peace out.
Peace.